Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here with
Bradley.
and Bean and Charlie and Nixie. Hi, Jelly Bean. It is September 22nd, right?
Yeah.
I thought so. September 22nd, Thursday afternoon at
2:59.
See, I was gonna say about 3. So, it's a nice day out. Haven't really got anything done yet, but that's par for the course. You know, we start our day a lot later than a lot of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Anymore, I go to sleep, it seems to be around 6 or 7 a.m. I'm back up at 11. So is Brad. He might sleep a little bit more earlier and stuff, but you want to move that for him, honey? But,
okay,
so it's just, I think it's all about kind of it just admitting it's like, hey, my morning is 11 a.m. So, I mean, it's like, I've had a banana today and I'm going to have to make myself eat. But, I really don't want to even eat yet. I made unstuffed peppers yesterday. They turned out great.
Very good.
Brad said he prefers that. It's so much easier. You just do it in your skillet. I used an electric skillet. Of course, we already had the rice cooked. And I literally just pulled stuff in my fridge. Now, I did put mushrooms in it because we like mushroom. Of course, onion, diced up green pepper. I made sure that was all cooked very well, so, because I hate it. Some people like crunchy peppers. I don't in my stuffed peppers. So, and then I threw in a packet of taco seasoning. And I threw in a packet of the onion soup mix. And some water, let it cook. Added the hamburger. Made sure that was cooked thoroughly. Added my rice. Then I pulled from the fridge. I had an open can, what was in a container of diced tomatoes, and then a can of tomato sauce. Well, I didn't put my rice in until very last. Let me back up. Put everything else in. Then I added my rice because I didn't want to add too much rice. I wanted to bulk up this dish with vegetables, which I did, with the green pepper, the mushroom, and the onions. And you could have added anything else, maybe that you really want to, celery. I thought if you wanted to and you could afford the carbs, you could have added corn. Um, you know, you didn't have to make it a Mexican style one. You can make it any style you want. It's just we happen to like that. So I added the rice, but just enough that, it wasn't carb overloaded. I wanted to reduce the carbs. Let that cook. Add a little bit of cheese on top. Sometimes we add a little bit of sour cream. It's excellent. I don't know how to cook in small batches, though. Neither does Brad.
No.
So we'll be eating on this for the next couple of days, too, because I made enough for 6 people, at least. I'm going to eat some of that here in just a little bit because my blood sugar was 84 this morning. Morning. I did eat a banana because I knew I needed to raise it up some. But I'm going to have to eat a little bit more to raise it up. I think I'm going to start, I was just telling Brad, I'm going to start eating smaller meals a little more frequently because I hate feeling full. And, that way I'm kind of fueling my body a little more often, but with a little less. So it's almost like a steady stream of gas instead of, running your tank on empty and then filling it up. So, that's what I'm going to start doing. I was very surprised my blood sugar was so low because we did have strawberries with yogurt last night. We've been doing that more often instead of having sugary desserts and stuff. Strawberries are excellent right now.
Yeah,
anyway, so, I use vanilla yogurt. I think you were using your strawberry yogurt. Or whatever kind of flavor yogurt was.
Oh, no, I used the same as you did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, because I finished up the strawberry yogurt. Strawberry?
And then I did have some taffy with the poodle. You can't eat the taffy without the poodle because she be in a sound sleep, and I'll be so excited. I could have a piece of taffy by myself, right?
Nope.
I start carefully unwrap it. If she hears the crinkle, you think you got away with it. You're so excited you unwrapped it. You keep looking over. You unwrap it, you get ready to put it in your mouth, you look over, and there she is. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm going to have to reduce my insulin down further. I think I took 50 last night.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to do 40.
I knew you cut it back.
Yeah, because I keep getting a little too low. I'm going to have to drop that to 40.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just is a little too low.
Yeah.
So that the Ozempic works great, guys.
Yes, it does.
As we're going through this journey with taking Ozempic, we keep, and even with our doctor's approval, taking less and less insulin, which is super. So we're still riding the bike. I have it where I will ride the bike 5 days a week. But I have it during the week where there's one day that I don't feel particularly well or we're real busy. I can skip that day and I'll pick it up on Saturday. That's not a mandatory. That's just what I like to do. Brad rides the bike almost every day. I do.
Yeah.
And that's his choice. It's not anything I make him do, and vice versa. I just say, hey, I'm going to ride the bike, and he'll go, well, I'm going to go ride it after you. Sometimes he rides it before me. If I'm busy doing something, I'm like, while I'm busy cooking, like yesterday, you could ride the bike. And,
Yep.
So he went in there and turned on TV and rode the bike and, all of that. He, did your legs hurt as bad last night since you rode the bike?
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Yeah.
We still haven't figured out why the leg pain. I think we need to see an ortho about all that when you want to.
Yeah.
I don't have to take Lasix, usually only but maybe 1 day a week now because of riding the bike and starting to lose weight or losing weight. And that's a great thing because Lasix are very hard on your kidneys. Also, I have an umbilical hernia, which was getting pretty pronounced there for a while, and it's in. As I lose weight and I don't have as much adipose tissue and everything, my hernias are slipping back down, and which is wonderful. So I'm very happy that great big lymphedema tumor, non-cancerous, that I have right below my diaphragm has gone down so much, and it's soft. And she said, if your tissue is soft, that's what you want to see. That means you're losing weight out of your fat, is what the doctor told us last time. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
When I went in, I thought usually they want you to kind of be a hard body, but in this case, that's what they're checking when they're pushing on your stomach and stuff. So, yeah, as we go through this, I'm not concerned about the numbers so much. I haven't weighed since I've been in the doctor. I could go in and weigh anytime I want. But part of that is I know what I'm doing is what I need to be doing. It's not so much about the numbers. Yes, everybody loves seeing those numbers go down. And I know it will go down. But it's the exercise and the overall well-being that I'm feeling much better. I'm moving much better. I'm able to get up and down a lot better. I'm able to do things that, I know it sounds funny, but I am able to stand more in the kitchen when I'm cooking. Yesterday, usually I used to gather all my ingredients up so I could sit. Yesterday I didn't. I didn't even really think about it. So I'm up and down, up and down, up and down. And I'm doing different things in the kitchen while I'm cooking. I unload the dishwasher, reloaded it, all that. I was up and down a lot, and it was so much easier than it had been in so many years. And Brad's doing the same thing. I don't know if your balance is any better or...
Yeah, so.
Yesterday was not probably a good day for balance.
No.
I've noticed a correlation with Brad. Is one thing to kind of pay attention to. I've noticed when your hand tremors are really bad, your balance is really bad that day too. I have noticed that
Yeah.
with you. Yesterday, his hand tremors were very pronounced. Some days, Brad will say, "Look at this," and he's able to write and everything else without hardly any tremors, which
Yep.
is, those are your great days.
Mm-hmm. Most
Those are the
definitely.
days that you strive for. So, he's still in a lot of pain. I think a lot of it is because he had to, basically stop taking a leave for so long. He's starting back to taking more because I told him he hates having to take this, and I understand that. But it's better than having to take super heavy pharmaceuticals,
Yeah.
because if he's taking any kind of painkiller, which we usually reserve to as late in the day as we can,
Mm-hmm.
he can't do any woodworking. He can't drive a car. You can't do a lot of things.
Yeah.
You can't stay awake.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll just knock him out, and you know
Yeah.
that. And I just let him sleep when he's going to sleep because, like I said, I think the more we try to control our sleep patterns, the worse it's getting.
I think so too.
I really do.
Yeah, because last night I really tried to force myself to sleep, and
And I think, it's almost like the more you worry about everything, like the more you feel the pressure to diet when somebody's on your butt,
yep.
the harder it is. Or the harder it is on yourself. It's like, oh, so if you eat something that you really shouldn't eat, I know a lot of times in the past with me, and I know it was the case for you too, you think, well, I blew it. I might as well just go off the diet and eat everything in sight.
Yep.
One of the things that I think we're kind of blessed in a way, and I know people are going to go, what? That we have diabetes, because there is no just going off of it and just eating and gorging yourself, because, it'll have detrimental effects. So, because before we would start a diet, we'd even clean out our whole house. And then we decided we're going to go off the diet, and then we got to go buy all this stuff. We would do, honestly, trips to like Sam's Club. This is way back in Wyoming. And we would buy so much junk stuff. Things that you just absolutely really didn't need, as far as heavy carbs and sugar and all of this. And just, it's like I told you guys, we bought maybe a couple months ago a package of the Oreo Thins.
It's longer than that.
Probably. He said it tasted very refrigerated. And we both had maybe 6 or so out of it. By the time I had a couple more, it was starting to feel like the taste didn't taste fresh. So I didn't have any more. I told Brad the other day, I said, we're going to have to throw those away because they're really old. And he goes, well, no. He said, I have a couple here and there, and so they're gone. I didn't care. Before, we would have eaten that right away.
Yep.
And I'm not judging what anybody else does. Your journey is your journey. I'm just talking about a reflection on our personal journey of lifelong fighting weight and fighting food cravings. And I think half the battle for us is, and it was a hard battle, man, was realizing why you had eaten starting in childhood, especially starting in puberty on. And so you're in a good headspace, or a better one anyway. And so you know why you were eating, why you're stuffing down the feelings. Both of us were the type where if somebody hurt our feelings, we just didn't say anything. Then later on, we stuff it down with food because it hurt our feelings and stuff. But we almost act like, oh, yeah, no, that's okay. I forgive you. Please do it again.
Yeah. Kick me in the teeth some more.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm just reflecting on our personal journey. Do I think we have all the answers? Absolutely not. Do I think I have answers for you guys? Absolutely not. Everybody's journey has to be different. I really, really disagree with this thing of, here is a diet, everybody should follow it, and everybody's going to have the same results. That's not the case. Everybody is different. If that was the case, you would have one antibiotic that would work universally for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You would have one treatment plan for somebody with cancer that would work for everyone. That's not the case. We're all so different. Our bodies respond differently. Brad can eat more carbs than I can. Being a guy and stuff, he loses weight faster. Am I jealous or upset? No, absolutely not. That's Brad, and he's a guy, and that's just the way it is. You know, and it's a personal choice I make on what I eat every day. I don't tell Brad what to eat. We don't always eat the same things. I don't say, oh, well, I think you've eaten too many carbs today. I couldn't tell you how many carbs a man eats a day. I couldn't. That's his business. You know, he forgets on when I eat my carbs, and he doesn't know how many I eat. He knows that I don't eat near as many as you do, and normally I don't eat carbs in the evening. When I say carbs, I mean like bread or pasta, rice, noodles. That's what I mean by carbs. Potatoes, some of your vegetables. But like I said, we're on completely different plans. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I really hate that you feel with the diet industry, and they give you this universal diet that you pay a massive amount of money for, whether you're going to Diet Center, Nutrisystem, you're doing a Slim Fast, you're doing, I don't know, there's so many of them out there. What's that one that has all the lean cuisine? Buying the dinners and stuff.
Yeah, and the lean cuisine, those are loaded with sodium.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really
yeah.
heavy.
And a lot of times you look nutritionally, you would be doing better if you bought something that wasn't labeled lean cuisine. But, so you're set up to fail. You're going to have results, and then you're going to fail. You're going to feel bad about yourself. You're going to hate yourself, which then in turn you're going to eat more because you're soothing yourself. And then you're going to hate yourself. I've been on this roller coaster most of my life, and so is Brad. And I won't say that it's more prevalent for women than it is men. In this day and age, it's not.
It's gotten to that point anymore where it's
Where
pretty
it's
much
not.
Leveled out.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But, so then you're going to go back. And you're going to pay more money. We're not on any of those. We're on just basic nutrition, things that we've just learned for years and years. When we lost all of the weight 20 years ago, and I had lost over 200, and you had lost over 100.
Yeah, probably close to 150.
I was thinking it was close to 150. We each followed the basic diabetic diet. Even way back then, we were not diabetic. But nutritionally, it was the most sound. And to get the results with the reduction of carbs and stuff for us, and even then, like I said, Brad's was different than mine, But you have to find what works for you. I'm not saying there's anything bad about if you want to sign up for Nutrisystem. I'm not saying anything bad if you want to have weight loss surgery. I had tried 3 different times to get weight loss surgery. It never panned out for me. I don't think it's something I'm meant to have. Truthfully, I'm kind of glad it hasn't because I followed 4 years many, many people on YouTube and Facebook that have had surgeries, the weight loss surgeries. And the complication that so many of my friends have had and having to have repeat surgeries and stuff. I have enough health problems without putting myself into being malnourished and not being able to absorb my vitamins all the way, my medications all the way, any of that, So, and I know there's pluses and there's pros and cons with everything. And like I said, I tried 3 different times, even here in North Carolina, and it just has not panned out. And that's okay. I found another way. This is a much slower way, but that's okay. I'm not doing it for immediate results. I'm not trying to fit into a size 2 wedding dress. or something. I'm doing it for health. Um, so anyway, I just want to tell you guys where we're at on that. I know some days I don't say really anything about if we're still exercising or not. Oh yeah, we are. I do my arm stretches. I'm not using any weight right now. I'm not even using the weight bar. Well, the dumbbell bars, because I need to rehab both shoulders, or can get quite stiff and sore, and it's best for me to do the exercises without any weight right now. You know, just I don't want to mess them up. But the thing is to keep moving those arms. I put myself into physical therapy basically. And that way if it really hurts, I'm going to do a little bit and then I'm going to go back later and do a little bit more. I'm going to do a little bit, and if it really severely hurts and I can't really move my shoulder, I'm going to come out. I'm going to take some Tylenol or leave. I'm going to sit for a half hour and let that start working, and I'm going to go back in, and 9 times out of 10 I can do it without too much pain. So we're doing it this time not for vanity. Like I said, it's for health reasons. We want to be able to be more active, do more things. No matter where we live at, we want to be able to enjoy. We like being outdoors. We like doing things outdoors. We really aren't into crowds. We like doing things like magnet fishing, sitting outside. I like to sit outside and sketch, take pictures and fish, and, watch birds, watch butterflies, all of that. I have a jelly bean behind me. Miss Jelly Bean, what are you doing, Joe? Jelly Bean. She was so cute. I just showered a little bit ago, and I came out, and all the other dogs were gone, but Miss Jelly Bean was on my bed, sitting on my pillows by the window, waiting for me. She's a love bug. Every morning I wake up and she's on this side of my head, sleeping, snuggled up to me. Right, baby? Oh, I know. So, I'm going to go in and paint here in a little bit after I have a bit of food. And then Brad made these wonderful salads last night. There's one more thing let's talk about. Brad should be the salad master, okay? If you ever want another career, just put on there that you are the salad master maker.
Salad master supreme, huh?
Yes. It was excellent. It had spinach. You used some spinach, right?
Mm-hmm.
It had lettuce. Of course, the cherry tomatoes. He had put some broccoli, fresh cauliflower, boiled egg, some diced up ham, a little bit of cheddar cheese. We usually split a bagel. We do have a bit of carbs that way at night. We'll split a bagel, like an everything bagel, and that's quite nice with the salad.
Mm-hmm.
But they were so ginormous. And he gave me mine. I'm like, wow, this is really big, because it was about double the size of what you normally give me. And he goes, oh wait, mine's even bigger, right? I thought, okay, we'll see how well this goes, because I think he thought he could eat that with no problem and be looking for more. I don't even think you ate half of yours.
I don't think so either.
I ate just about half of mine. So we threw them together, and then we're going to split them tonight and eat the rest, because, there was no way we were going to be able to eat it. But it sure was good, though. The fresh broccoli and cauliflower. One other thing I want to talk to you guys about, and like I said, I'm no expert. It's just what I've learned over our lifespan so far. Cauliflower is our friend. Cauliflower rice is excellent. Now, I mean, you have to like cauliflower, or I guess you could season it up. And you can't even make the cauliflower rice with frozen cabbage or cauliflower or fresh cauliflower in your blender, and then you use and squeeze out the moisture. We just have bought bags of it. I've made it before, and I'll have to figure out what's cheaper to do. But the other day, I wanted some rice, but I don't want the carbs right at night. Sometimes you want, So I asked Brad, if he could get out some cauliflower rice, and he cooked it up, and he made it for both of us. Put a little bit of butter, a little bit of soy sauce, and it sure was good. That's a game changer. You can use that in place of your rice. You can mix it with your rice. Um, I haven't done it, but I know my friend Carol had done like the mashed potatoes that way. You can do the cauliflower and you can make it like a mashed potato.
Oh,
And
okay.
she says it's excellent. I'd have to
Okay.
look up how to do that because I have never done that. But that's another alternative. Also, you can bulk up almost any dish with vegetables, especially celery, onions. Like if you're making a spaghetti sauce, add extra mushrooms if you like mushrooms. Celery, add extra onion, green pepper. You're going to bulk up that sauce, and then you're always going to remember that you want to have where your carbs are is in the noodles. So you want to have more sauce, less noodles. Or you can spiral zucchini if you like doing that. I don't particularly really like it, so I don't do that. I don't never tried mixing it though. You know,
That's very. I mean, that's a good
I
thought.
mean, I mean, I could try that. You could
Hmm.
even put the zucchini in your sauce. So,
Yeah.
um, I've done that for years. I've bulked up our recipes with celery and onions and other vegetables, and it makes a big difference because nobody likes feeling hungry. Nobody likes feeling deprived. So you don't want to feel deprived. Sometimes it doesn't matter how the day. I mean, it doesn't matter how much you can eat. You think you're going to sit down and eat this ginormous meal. Maybe you've had kind of a rough day and you're like, I just can't wait to get home. Or I just can't wait till dinner time and I'm just going to have me a nice old plate of whatever. You can't eat half of it, but in your mind,
Oh
you're
yeah.
thinking when you dish it out, this is not going to be enough. This is a appetizer. Bring on the real food. And
Hmm.
then you have to laugh because it's like, I couldn't even eat most of it. But it's a psychological game. Sometimes you have to psych yourself out. It's like, now, if I want chocolate, I want chocolate. I'm not saying that I'm just, perfect by any means. We do still have sugar, limited quantities, but we still do have a little bit of sugar, and my numbers prove that it's okay for me. I'm not saying it's okay for anybody else, but, you know, look at some of your sugar-free items. Brad taught me this a long time ago. I was buying him all the sugar-free candy, right? The hard candy and stuff. This is back before I was diagnosed with diabetes. And he said, I really appreciate you doing it. He said, but, because he had taken some classes for diabetes. He said, but if you look at it, he said, nutritionally, this has got more carbs than the regular sugar candy.
Hmm.
And I looked and he was right. It may say sugar free, but it does not mean that it is low in carbs and stuff. They'll add other things. They can say sugar free and get away with it being other things.
Hmm.
So you have to be really mindful of that. And I found that a lot with sugar free items. You really have to be careful
Yeah.
because they'll be so high in sodium, they'll be so high in carbs that you're like, okay, I just got, a bunch more carbs when I think I'm being good. Plus, then, if you eat too much of a sugar free item, it's probably going to give you the runs. Just saying.
Couple comments.
Yes.
Remember when we looked at the low carb hamburger buns? The
The ones that are real thin?
Yeah, and it was kind of funny because they said low carb, but they had more calories than the regular hamburger buns.
Or they can get away with saying low carb, but you think it's for the whole bun? No, it's for half.
Yeah, and then the other thing is I remember, oh, it's been a lot of years ago when the baked potato chips or the potato chips made with it was a fat substitute.
Yes.
And I was working in the grocery store then, and we laughed so much because you read the warnings on the back of it, and it said that this fat substitute may cause anal leakage.
Yeah. Well, one time I was on this stuff, and it's these pills you take. You're supposed to take a certain amount before each meal, and then if you eat too much, it can give you the runs. Well, then you're paranoid to eat anything because you don't, or you feel like you almost might as well sit on the toilet and eat. It is not a good time. And they even say on the bottle that you should make sure that you have like a change of underwear and stuff with you.
Huh.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary, but or it makes me mad is you think, oh man, I'm gonna have me a brownie, man. I'm gonna have me a brownie. I've been waiting. I've been saving up my calories. Back when I counted calories, I'm having me a brownie. You get a box of said diet brownies, and the picture shows this big, beautiful brownie, and it is the size of this cap. And you're like, they make you mad. You're like, I'm sure you meant for me to have the whole box now. You know?
Yep.
So.
Yep.
But anyway, take it for what it's worth. I mean, a lot of times people want to kind of talk down to people that are heavy, like we don't know nutritional facts. Honey, child. A lot of times we know nutrition like the back of our hand. We don't always follow it, but we know it. We've lived it. We have memorized it. I can't tell you the calorie count and stuff I used to be able to. Back when you counted every calorie, or back when you weighed all your food.
Yep.
You know. Yep. But yeah, people that have fought a lifelong battle with being heavy. And it's in your DNA too, and that doesn't help. And then it's how your moms cooked, how they were taught to cook, etc. We know nutrition. We can tell you, what is stated you should weigh, what is stated that you should consume for calories a day. We can tell you what is better fit. Are you okay there?
Uh-huh.
Nutritionally?
Oh, there's a fly landed on my leg.
Oh, you're freaking me out. You're over here shivering. I'm like, am I going to throw you on the floor and shove something in your mouth? You're going to convulse on me now?
No, it was a fly.
You really distracted me. Quit wiggling your legs. Isn't that a good visual? You guys are like, what? He's doing what? Anyway, I'm going to eat a little bit. Then I'm going to go in and paint. Got all the laundry done yesterday. Put away. And I cooked. I even had the dishes all done and the dishwasher running. I rode the bike. What else did I do? That's about it. You need to call and pay the health insurance.
Okay, I will do
yes.
that.
So anyway, I love you guys, and I hope you're having a great day. Remember, do something nice for somebody else. Do something nice for yourself. And as always, everybody say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.